Hey, Arm Sauce, Armin here.
Meme review, everybody.
Sorry about that, guys. In general, addictions are not good for your health. Everything should be consumed in moderation. However, there are certain substances that should be avoided completely, as they're terrible for your health. And specifically, I'm talking about nicotine. What is nicotine, you may ask? Nicotine is an organic compound that is found in things such as tobacco products, e-cigs, and vapes. There are quite a few ways that nicotine can enter the body. Some examples include through chewing gum, through a patch on the body, and through inhaling it. Personally, I don't inhale anything into my lungs other than pure, fresh air. There's a common misconception that nicotine is harmless. However, nothing can be further than the truth. Nicotine is absolutely terrible for your body, and it messes up your body's chemistry in many ways. For example, after the first puff of nicotine, in 8 to 10 seconds, that is very quick, in 8 to 10 seconds, the nicotine reaches your brain and attaches to the receptors that are linked to the rewards pathway. As a result, dopamine is released, and it makes you feel good. Research has shown that nicotine has some pretty bad long-term effects. It impacts organ systems like the heart system, lungs, kidneys, the reproductive system, and many more. Research has even shown that nicotine has a potential to be carcinogenic. You guys want to hear more? Well, nicotine is absolutely terrible for a developing brain. In a sense, it rewires your brain. And it sets people up for a lifelong addiction to nicotine. So you might be asking, why should I care? Well, good for you for asking, because what I'm about to tell you is quite alarming. The popularity of vapes among teens is skyrocketing, and that's not good. There was a study in the US done in 2017, and it found out that 2 million middle and high school students were current users of vapes. The FDA even went as far to call this as an epidemic.
Unfortunately, I now have good reason to believe that it's reached nothing short of an epidemic proportion of growth. I use this word, epidemic, with great care. E-cigs have become an almost ubiquitous and dangerous trend among teens.
Our neighbors to the south are taking this issue quite seriously, but the same cannot be said for Canada. The recently passed Tobacco and Vaping Products Act does a little bit to tackle this issue. It concerns things such as minimum age to purchase vapes and e-cigs, as well as the marketing of them. But more needs to be done. I know what you guys are thinking, like what else could possibly be done? For starters, both the FDA and Health Canada should regulate the concentration of nicotine products. In the EU, all nicotine products can contain a maximum of 20 milligrams of nicotine per milliliter. In the US and Canada, it is unregulated. This is why products such as Juul are permitted to be sold here, but not in the EU. A single pod contains a whopping 59 milligrams of nicotine per milliliter. This is equivalent to an entire pack of cigarettes. This increased nicotine content is partly why Juul is so popular, since it gives users a stronger head rush. If a head rush is what these people are after, then I guess standing up too fast will become all the rage soon. Secondly, the marketing of nicotine products must be heavily regulated. Ontario is the only province to openly display and advertise nicotine products in stores, such as convenience stores. The previous Ontario Liberal government had a ban in place on vape displays and marketing. However, the new Conservative government repealed said ban and now allow for the open display and marketing of vapes. This sends messages to children and teens that vapes are normal and okay to use. Doug Ford, everyone. He is clearly for the people. Finally, the US and Canadian federal government needs to educate both teens and adults alike on the dangers of nicotine in vapes and e-cigs. A survey conducted in the US found that the majority of youth who did use vapes did not know it contained nicotine, or they knew it contained nicotine but did not know it was harmful. The fact of the matter is, people do not know the true dangers of nicotine, and the people need the information to allow them to draw their own conclusions. They need to be shown that vapes are harmful to both non-smoking adults and youth alike. So guys, in conclusion, nicotine, more like nicodon'ts.